this webinar, this session today. Our topic is the hands-on practical webinar on the LIFE-BECKON One-Stop-Shop. And but let me first start with some technical things. We will record this session, so if you want to stay anonymous, please rename yourself with your name and organization. And what we also would like you to do is to switch off your microphone because we have now later some presentations from our experts here from the project. And we will have then the possibility in a Q&A session to ask questions to these speakers. And during the presentation, you can also use the chat box in which you can put your questions. And so we'll then try to answer these questions after the presentations or even during the presentations. Well, so far to the technical topics, now to our Replicators activities. You're here within our Replicators program of the LIFE-BECKON project. And as you know, we had also in last year and the year before a series of other webinars, for example, to finance and funding, to business models of energy communities, and other topics. And so now this one today is the last one within our project, because the project ends at April the 30th. And what we will offer to you is also some face-to-face advisory sessions to the one-stop shop. If you have requirements, specific requirements, and if you really join these sessions, but we'll come to this point then at the closing of our webinar today again, and we'll explain it to you in more detail. So what is the goal of our today's webinar? We would like to show you how you could use the LIFE-BECKON One-Stop-Shop for your specific Replicators activities. And so in two ways. The first one is how you could use it to develop your own technical assistance office. And the second way is how to use it for supporting your local ECs or people or actors who are interested in creating or in planning and implementing ECs. So we have these two ways in which the one-stop shop can be used. And we will then provide you some examples of how to use the one-stop shop in a technical assistance office. And this is done by our demo areas, which are also here today to show how they use the one-stop shop in their activities. And what we also like to get out of this webinar today is some insights, what you find helpful, what could be of use for you in terms of features, and also the specific sections of the one-stop shops for your activities. So we'd really like to have your feedback also to the things which we will show to you, so that we come here to kind of fruitful discussion, and that we can also then design the face-to-face sessions which are made to help you using the one-stop shop. So this is the agenda. We'll have first a short introduction. So Pablo Imas from R2M Solutions will show you who is really the owner of the one-stop shop. R2M developed this tool, this platform, and he will show you how it does work, the basic sections, the basic features. Then we have the practical examples from our three demos. The first one is the city of Copenhagen. Ike Patterson will show you how to create a local energy community ecosystem. Then we have Diana Panova from Sofia Energy. She will show you how to support the technical assistance offices, but also the creation of ECs with this tool. And then finally, we have the Diputación de Ávila, Cristobal Vila.
Hello.
He will show you how to support ECs in rural areas. All right, there's some new people joining our webinar. Please unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay, then after this presentations, you have time and possibility to ask questions to our speakers, and we will then start an interactive session with you, the participants, and maybe also go into 2 breakout sessions, but this will explain in more detail then if we will start it at around about noon. So then after the 25 minutes breakout session and also the takeaways from the sessions, we will come to the end of this webinar, and we will then close it at 12:30. All right, then let's start with our first presentation, and please, Pablo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Edgar. Okay, I think that you can see my screen now.
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Edgar, for this introduction and giving me the floor. Today, we are glad to present the LIFE-BECKON's One-Stop-Shop. As you may know, a digital platform designed to be a resource for accelerated energy transition at the local level. Before we look at the platform itself, it is important to understand the function upon which it was built. No? So the core mission of the LIFE-BECKON is to equip local authorities, developers, citizen groups with the mechanisms they will need to overcome the standard barriers to energy communities development. It's not just providing information, it is to provide a structured framework to facilitate the launch of technical offices in one hand for all type of administration and municipalities, and the establishment of the energy communities itself. Therefore, it is an ecosystem that brings together the necessary resources so that all the agents involved in the creation of energy communities have the capabilities and resources they need to establish them successfully, enabling traceability and interconnectivity between all the agents who take part in these projects. So the one-stop shop is not a standalone tool. It is a digital culmination of extensive research across 3 key areas that we work it on. Firstly, we will highlight the identification of best practices and barriers. We found that the lower user engagement, limited technical knowledge, and fragmented regulatory frameworks are the primary hurdles. Secondly, the analysis of that has been carried out for the regulatory guidelines, mapping the transposition of different European directives across our validation areas that, as Edgar has mentioned, are Spain, Denmark, and Bulgaria, to provide practical legal pathways for new communities. And thirdly, the open innovation journeys based on a living lab methodology has been developed a 7-step journey that moves a community from an initial proposal through a SWOT analysis and stakeholder mapping to a final validated implementation plan. So this research ensures that the platform addresses the actual needs of both insiders, the experts and proactive municipalities that wanted to make a transformation, and the outsiders, the citizens and associations who want to participate but lack the initial know-how. The true value of LIFE-BECKON platform lies in these 3 specialized hubs, which work in tandem to support every phase of the project life cycle. Now, the guidance hub, the training hub, and the opportunity hub. So in the first one, the guidance hub, this is the technical assistance codebook. It provides a structured step-by-step pathway through the 4 stages of community development. The first one, the initiation, where we are setting down initial project goals and ideas. Secondly, the design, creating a solid business plan, identifying suitable technologies, and performing cost-benefit analysis. Then the implementation that takes care of defining the legal status and physically installing energy infrastructures. And the operational part, that is all the part related with the managing, the maintaining, and improving the community ongoing activities, as you may know. It offers practical templates, toolkits, and infographics that help users navigate everything from spatial design and grid connection to legal constitution and tendering. The hub also acts as a repository for best practices and legal frameworks to help navigate the complexity of regional or local regulations. The training hub, sorry, yes, the training hub. The training hub is a virtual learning management system focused on capacity building. It follows a train-the-training approach to ensure that local authorities, staff, and community leaders become self-sufficient champions. The key features included are the thematic video series that are 8 specialist videos covering fundamental themes like overcoming barriers, financing, and stakeholder engagement. Then we have the open innovation journeys that, as I have mentioned, is a practical methodology that uses interactive tools to help municipalities to co-design energy the citizens. And also we have a webinar repository, access to interactive sessions featuring expertise from industry leaders and sister projects across the union. Finally, we have the matchmaking engine. That is the opportunity hub. Once the project is planned, the hub provides a B2B matchmaking space needed to bring it to life, to have a real development of the projects that we wanted. It serves as a single point of contact for collaboration by connecting promoters and providers, linking energy communities initiators with technical experts, expert consultants, and technology suppliers. Also, publishing project needs, allowing promoters to make their project requirements public to attract the right partners, and securing financing, providing a directory of funding opportunities and connected projects with potential investors. This interconnected ecosystem ensures that all agents, from citizens to policymakers and investors, have the necessary tools and traceability to establish successfully energy communities. Oh, sorry. So here in the screen, you can see the landing page, the web of the landing page to register to the one-stop shop. Also, we will send with you the platform manual and a short video explaining how to register in the one-stop shop. But in summary, the LIFE-BECKON One-Stop Shop is a collaborative ecosystem. It has been validated in 3 diverse sites, as I have mentioned, in Avila, Sofia, Copenhagen, to ensure it works regardless of a country's market maturity or regulatory states. Whether you are a municipal official looking to set up a local assistance office or a citizens group ready to install your first PBRI. This platform provides the tools to turn that vision into a sustainable project. So now I'm going to change my screen. I'm going to share with you the platform. Okay. So here is how it looks like the platform once we sync up. As you can see, me as a administrator, my general administrator, I can see all the communities that are right now registered inside the platform. But the idea is that the citizens that are correlated to one of these communities, or in this case, the 3 demo areas that we are watching in the screen, you are going to see all the contents that are hosted on the main hubs that we have explained, as the Guidance Hub and the Training Hub, but with special or specific contents that are correlated for each of the demo areas, or my communities in this case, So once we enter, we can see here the homepage where we have a summary of all the dashboard sections that we have in the left side. So we can navigate through also the taskbar in the left, or we can navigate from here to the different parts of the platform. As you can see here, we have to click here to go to the Guidance Hub or to the resources, but also to all the events and news that are correlated with each of the demo areas of my communities. So as we can see, I will go to my community. This will take a little bit of time. So now, yes. So here we have the description of the community that we wanted to insert. Could be in one phase a TAO, as I have explained it, a technical assistant offices, or also a community that can be correlated with that technical assistant office. So here we can see the description of that technical assistance office. In this case, is Avila's one, and we can see also here all the members that belong to this community, and we can be in touch with them from here, but also from the forum if we wanted to introduce any theme that we wanted to ask or to put in the table to speak with other participants. Also, we have the direct contact of the person that is the representative of this community to be in touch with him. Also, we can see the news, the latest news, the events that are coming soon. And here we have the opportunities. These opportunities are the financial opportunities that we have, that each of the pilots will introduce in the platform to inform the people about the opportunities that are right now in the platform or in the areas. Also, we have here the possibility of being in touch with suppliers, and the suppliers can log in also here to offer their services. And here are the most important parts, that is the guidance hub. As I have mentioned, is divided in these 4 phases, that is initiation, design, implementation, and operation. And you can follow the instructions that we have logged in the platform through these steps. So, and also have the resources, that some of these resources we can find them linked with the guidance hub, but we can search with a filter as we want it in a punctual moment for any of the if we need in any moment, no, if we need for some kind of specific moments. Also, the training with the 3 content that I have mentioned before, and the forum where we can open a new entry and make a consultant or put a topic in the table. No. Also, I'm going to share with you how is the backend of the platform. So I will share here, and I will show you that is very intuitive. This is from an administrative profile where you can introduce all the information that you wanted for your community. As we have seen, there are the different in the taskbar, the different section, so we can add here the different information, adding also media, hyperlinks, or everything that we want. And we'll have here to correlate with the pilot of my community that we wanted to add. So here is, for example, to add a new, but we can do the same with the different section of the taskbar. So this is all by my side. I close here. Okay, I don't know if now is not moment for questions. I don't know, Edgar, but
no, not really, because we will have a Q&A session after the end of our 3 other presentations. So thank a lot, Pablo. It was very nice, a really nice overview, also showing really interesting features like the filtering functions for the steps of creating an energy community and many things like this. But now I'd like to give the floor to Ike, and he will show us how in Copenhagen the colleagues use the one-stop-shop for their activities. And please, the floor is yours, Ike.
Thank you so much, Edgar. The slideshow should be coming on your screens shortly. That was.
Yes, yep. It works. Thank you.
Great. I will try to do a very brief speed run through some of the things that we working on in Copenhagen in regards to supporting energy communities or PVs on housing associations, privately owned apartment buildings in Copenhagen, and how we work to use a one-stop-shop platform to support this work. Yeah, and you can ask further questions either on my mail that you have on screen after the meeting or later in the Q&A session. Just briefly, energy communities in Copenhagen, we have had very little success implementing energy communities with sharing power from PVs across different buildings, simply because at least so far it has not been economically feasible. What we are working on is energy sharing across apartments in one multi-storage building. Apartment building using a so-called behind-the-meter system. So this has a lot of the same components or ideas as an energy community in the way that the apartments in a building has to go together in order to share electricity between different electricity consumers. And the city supports housing associations in exploring their PV potential. And I will get a bit further into this because in Copenhagen, we work very much with an outreaching approach, trying to create different materials in order to support local citizens in putting up PVs. We have made a catalog with different short films and examples and cases from housing associations that has put up PVs and sharing electricity across apartments. We have developed the PV map that you can see on screen on right, where we are trying to map the PV potential on the rooftops in Copenhagen that housing associations can then look at and see what are their potential. We are providing a fund or a grant, providing 50% of the expenses for having a consultant or advisor exploring the potential for PV on rooftops. And then we are trying to go out in the city, hosting a lot of different events locally, inviting the apartments or the citizens where we can see from our data that they have a potential for PV, and trying to invite them to our events, sharing some knowledge on PVs, on ECs, and what is possible for them, and trying to help them get started. So in order for us to kind of support this sharing of materials and outreaching efforts, we are using the one-stop shop to both collect all of these different materials that I've told you of before. What are the different funding opportunities, both in Copenhagen and on a national level, that apartment buildings can use? Sharing some of these videos and examples from different cases, trying to give an impression on what PVs and rooftops can look like in a Copenhagen setting. We are on the one-stop shop sharing upcoming events, activities, these local events. Where can they meet us out in the city? Where can they meet us and hear more about the municipality's support materials and mechanisms? Then another thing that this platform can do that we cannot do through our own website is that it's a third-party platform. We cannot, as a municipality, point towards a specific consultant or supplier or private company, but on the one-stop shop platform, suppliers consultants can register and present themselves under the suppliers tab. So it gives us the opportunity to point to this page and say, we cannot point you in the direction of a specific supplier, but there are some that has the opportunity to register on this page, on this EU page. Then also the platform gives the possibility for housing associations to share their stories on the forum, and also if users want to dive more into the possibility of energy communities, sharing electricity or energy across on a large scale across different houses, then it is also possible to dive into this both through the training videos and the guidance up materials. So that was my very introduction to the Copenhagen use of the one-stop shop.
Great, thanks a lot, Ike, for this insight into your activities and how you use the one-stop shop. And I think what you really stressed was also the third-party function of the platform. I think this is an important point, which maybe gives you as here the replicators also some ideas, you know, how in which way you could use this platform maybe for your purposes. So then Diana, please, the floor is yours with your presentation on the support of Technical Assistance Office and ECs at Sofena in Sofia.
Okay, thank you very much, Edgar. I will try to share my presentation. Can you see it now?
Yes, it works.
Yeah,
thank you.
Okay. Thank
but
you.
not in the presentation mode.
It was now or no?
Not.
Okay, just 1 minute to see if I will manage. Is it okay now? Still
No,
not?
not really, but I could also share your presentation if you like, and then I could switch to the presentation mode. I don't know, Andrea, what would you prefer?
Okay.
Or you just present it like it is here, you know, so I don't mind.
Yep.
So then, Diana, please present it like it is, and we do not need a presentation mode. That's not so important.
Okay, okay. I will also be very, very short. Oops. Can you see it? Because how I can't. Okay. I will try once again. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, now
Okay.
you're on the page, on the second page. It's perfect.
On the second, yeah, perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
So the one-stop shop platform in Bulgaria, it is actually a very useful tool for energy communities and establishment of technical assistance offices. Actually, the target groups that can use this platform are municipalities, businesses, citizens, also other institutions like universities and NGOs. As these topics in Bulgaria are not so popular, we do not have so much sources. So this platform is actually very useful in this way. Since 2 years ago, actually, we had some changes in our legislation, and all our municipalities are obliged to create administrative service centers that have to support citizens in using their renewable sources and energy from renewable sources. Unfortunately, in Bulgaria, still we do not have in our legislation is not allowed to share energy. Also, we do not have smart meter devices. Our energy market is still closed for households, and also the investments among citizens is not so popular topic. So you can imagine that the energy communities in Bulgaria are not popular and are not the people are not so interested in this topic. But in the recent years, actually, we created several energy communities on the territory of the whole country. So now we are in this field, and we are trying to develop energy communities on our territory. Regarding the establishment of technical assistance offices, actually the one-stop shop can support this process in the sections training and resources, because in these two sections the platform presents very good data and information for the establishment of the technical assistant offices. In the section training, there are a lot of materials like videos, training materials, and so on, that could be useful for all people and municipalities that are trying to establish such kind of offices and centers, or wanted to know more about this topic. In the resources section, we also have this step-by-step process in details, and it is also interesting for the municipalities to use it and to know more on this. Regarding the energy communities, as I mentioned, it is not so popular in Bulgaria, but actually under this project in Sofia, we have managed to establish an energy community on the territory of Sofia municipality. And at the moment, I'm trying to put all the news and events connected to this energy community in the platform, so that it is a kind of a channel for information regarding this energy community. And I will keep this action in future in order to be useful also for other citizens or stakeholders that want to know more on the topic and to be updated on this. Actually, the successful model for energy communities in Bulgaria, it includes municipalities, individuals, legal entities, and the working model is actually connected to install PV panels on different administrative or social buildings. In our case, this is the building of the school, and you can see some details regarding this energy community. It was registered in the beginning of this year. The installation will be 117 kilowatt hours. It will be an energy community for 10 years. And you can see that the value of the investment is not so high. It's 47,000 euro. So we hope that this will not be the last. It is the first, but will not be the last energy community in Sofia. And Sofia municipality will follow this model and this example to replicate it on the territory of the city. I also put the information about two more energy communities. The first one, it is a private residential building. You can see it is with installation on the roof and on the facade. It is not registered as energy community, but it is an energy community because actually the produced energy is used by the households in this building. In the summer, it is about 80% of the energy is coming from this installation. And there is also battery if the consumption is lower to store this energy. The other example is again, it is registered energy community from private companies and citizens from 6 different cities. And here is the idea is that 10% of the produced energy will be given to energy poor people. So you can see all this information is on the platform, and it is one really good source and tool for developing these 2 topics, the technical assistance offices in the municipalities and the energy communities for citizens, for again municipalities, businesses, and so on. So that is from my side. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Diana, for your valuable insights. Also, in your communication activities, which you do with the one-stop shop, and how you use it, to showcase your best practices, also using the training hub and the resources on the platform. Thanks a lot. I think it was very inspiring. And now, Christopher, please, the floor is yours with your presentation on the support of ECs in rural areas in the Avila region.
Hello, thank you again, Edgar. I would like to welcome my colleague, my project colleague, Marisa, who is in Avila. I'm in my private office. I'm a project consultant for Avila for this specific project, and yeah, I'm going to share my presentation. Okay, so like there's a presentation main topics LIFE-BECKON project in Avila and stabilizing EC communities by using the LIFE-BECKON One-Stop-Shop. My first slide is for the audience here to have an idea of the province of Avila, which is a very rural area. Sorry. No, I don't want to do this. Let me. Pretty sure. Sorry. Okay, matter now. So. Okay, so I was saying that the Avila province is a very rural province in central Spain, but Avila province has a body that is promoting energy and plays a key role in reducing the region's carbon footprint and supporting rural energy projects in the country of Spain. Avila is, so that's why I said here, Avila is a key region, APE is a key instrument, and we use a one-stop shop as a key tool. Okay, so it's the three components of a good action. Then, Okay. Inside the project is the technical assisting office that has in Avila was really launched in the initial steps of a project in late 2023, and it's been operating almost since project launch. Okay. Though during this time, supported by the One-Stop-Shop, we've been promoting and setting up meetings in different areas of different locations of the province. Was split up in three kind of different kind of seminars, like internal workshops, municipal seminars, and training of trainers activities. Training of trainers, which is a concept of train people so they can become trainers for setting up energy communities. So the actions carried out for TL in Avila, we organize, like I said, different multiple events, and those are kind of examples of these different activities, locations, and different, many of them. How we have used the One-Stop-Shop to promote the installation of energy communities, which is a focus of this LIFE-BECKON project. So we have the demo sites of we have Sofia and Copenhagen have already said the One-Stop-Shop has become a real good platform and tool to help people in the future and help us to use and to have as a repository of good information. In this case, like the Guidance Hub, we have used the Guidance Hub in a very good direction, I think. Like saying that those interested stakeholders and parties of a potential project, to let them know that in the Guidance Hub, they're going to have, and they already have, different kind of information and documentation, so they can have access to it for different phases of installation and the setting up of an energy community. Then, and also Pablo mentioned before, that different kind of documents and information regarding the different steps of how we set up a new energy community, from the initiation, design, implementation, and operation. How we have used this One-Stop-Shop. We, like said before, we have, with One-Stop-Shop resources, we have used it in, for instance, description of a legal and regulatory situation in Spain. In the latest energy community that we have been working for now 6 months now, we have used in the project, and my colleague Marisa and the APEA, different information that we have at hand. Description, for instance, description and legal regulatory situation in Spain. So that we can show the newest users of energy community, to let them know that this is available at hand if they use the one-stop shop. So we also have material training and events and suppliers. In fact, now I will mention next slide that this is the Estatuto, so the Sociedad Cooperativa, which is the figure that most of energy communities in Spain are using throughout the country. So the cooperativa, which is a specific kind of company, and meets very well the regulation operating in the country right now. Now, I don't know about my time, how here is the two main energy communities have been officially launched in the province during this time. There are many municipalities and stakeholders asking for information, so some energy communities are in the starting points, and they will be hopefully setting up and being under operation during the next year. In the short term, we hope to have 2 or 3 more operating in the next 2-3 years. But so far we have these 2 almost operating. San Verde, which was the first one, is located in San Esteban del Valle. This is the location. As you can see, is at the skirt of the mountains in the province, and we haven't shown, but all the panels and the solar source of energy has been set up and installed on a land belonging to the municipality. So the municipality of San Verde is played a very important role for this energy community to be operating. Okay, and the promoter and developer is really satisfied with the role that the municipality has played. The second one is this Morania, which is actually last Monday, I think. Yesterday. It was established legally as a cooperative, and then they can be starting to be all the work of installation, panels. And this is a newer concept in Spain, which is a group of municipalities together to create an energy community. So far, there are 5, I think, promoters, which are local municipalities in that area. Morania is like a plateau inside the province of Avila, and all the municipalities and villages there are less than 600 people population. So far 5, and we hope that they're going to be joining 6, many more. I don't know, maybe 6 more. We hope to be 6 more joining this community in the future. So the idea is putting together these small municipalities so to become only one unique energy community, which is, so this energy community is not located on one village, on one municipality, but getting together 5 so far to become an energy community. This is the document, which is uploaded in the one-stop shop, that the administration in the region approves the uploading of a documentation, and this is the constitution of a community that was legally approved yesterday.
Mhm.
So this is all the work so far. This is a reality, and we have to work to be working harder right now, and for these to become an example for other replications.
Mhm. Thank you very much,
So
Cristobal, for your insights. Or is there anything else you would like?
No.
Okay, fine, great.
That was my
Thanks,
presentation.
and really congratulations for that you now have achieved, this energy community to exist, and also so to be lived with all these participants, and so also interesting how you use it for your trainings, hubs, the one-stop shop, and how you use it for showing your best practices, and also, for example, to inform about the legal and regulatory conditions in which people work with energy communities, so that this is really an information guiding and also trainings hub for your work as a technical assistance officer here in Avila. So now we've through with the 4 presentations. Thanks a lot to all of you for showing us how you work with the one-stop shop. Now, to our replicators and participants here, do you have any questions to Pablo, for example, to the basic features of the one-stop shop, or how it works, the back end, also the front end, maybe to this, or to Ike, or to Diana or Cristobal, how they use the one-stop shop? What questions do you have now? Please raise your hands if you would like to ask a question now, or put your question in the chat. Yes, Annette, Linda, please.
Yes, I'm from the municipality of Frederiksberg in Denmark, and I just wondered if, when I see the presentations, it seems to me that it's more like a community. I don't know. The authorities can communicate to the citizens about the possibilities, but I was curious if citizens could form groups themselves and seek other members, so it's more like a bottom-up way of going to this topic, so they can find each other out there, the citizens who are interested in this topic. Or should it more be like, should it be some municipality or other energy services setting up all this?
Right. You mean how far it should come, kind of, from the ground, or how far you should act in a top-down way?
Yeah.
To activate people to take part into energy communities. Yeah. Who would like to answer to Linda now?
I can go with it if you want. I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, Pablo, but I think the platform is flexible enough to let's say be the main entry point both for a local or regional authority, but also for local action groups or community of people. So really imagine like we are 10 neighbors that are interested to start the dialogue. For example, here in Berlin, we are discussing about it. And that could be like you create your own space, and then could be like the first entry point for establishing a dialogue, where then maybe you involve further on maybe other members like the city itself. But yeah, the platform, you can create your own community starting from citizens. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Yes, you. I don't know your name. Okay.
Luigi.
Yeah. Hello. Okay.
Hi,
Luigi.
Luigi.
Okay. Hi, Luigi.
Hello.
So please tell
Good morning.
us.
Nice to meet you. Well,
Nice
can you hear me?
Yeah. We can. Well.
Well, the question is the platform going to stay on after the project? Because I'm imagining in this moment there's another project that the municipality I represent here is participating, and we are currently collecting information about all people who wants to participate in a potential energy community enterprise who wants to participate providing services, but we have not imagined to have a platform. Maybe we can bring this project into your platform and use that instrument that you have developed, if it's going to stay on, but because otherwise we have to only start a process that not be of any use in a longer time. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for this question. Really important. Yes.
Yeah,
Pablo?
I will answer this question. Yes, it's ensured that at least for the next 5 years we'll be maintenance in the platform. So it's no, if I am not wrong, I think that is for 5 years. So it will run as we have just landed, but also with some implementation that we can make, also with the personalization for all the communities. If there is something that could be changed for or personalized for each of the communities that wanted to register it. So yes, in this case, you can be aware that this will run during the next 5 years.
Thank you very much.
So we can say ideally if we can share a date, it will stay operative until April 31, I would say. So I think that we will live in two different worlds in 5 years. But yeah, it's important, of course, to mention it. Yeah. Thanks, Luigi, for the question. Then we have another question, Edgar, in the chat.
Yes.
From Apostol Dianco from Sofia Municipality. Are these one-stop shops suitable more for a district administration in a big city? For example, Sofia has 24 districts, or can it be scaled up to collaborative with the central administration, for example, implementing the requirement of REST directive, etc.? Who would like to address this question? Diana, I see you smiling.
Yeah, maybe I have to answer. Well, yeah, I think that it is more for the administration, the local administrations, and it is more for them. Because, as I've mentioned, the idea is to support local administrations to create these technical assistance offices and to support citizens in using renewables. So I think that we have to put a stress on the local, not on the, yeah.
Thank you, Diana.
Okay. Anybody else like to ask question to our speakers here? All right. So then let's go on and come to our interactive activity here. I will share my screen once again. All right. Now the questions is also to you, to all the replicators here. What is your purpose? What do you intend? Maybe if you have now seen and listened to our speakers and how they use the one-stop shop, how could you imagine to use the one-stop shop for your activities? So either if for developing an own technical assistance office, if this still does not exist in your region, or by planning and implementing energy communities and supporting energy communities in their planning, implementing. So what do you think? What could you imagine? Maybe you just tell us by raising your hands. Is it more for developing a technical assistance office, or is it more for really realizing an energy community? What would you personally, from your perspective and your local situation, use the one, or you imagine to use the one-stop shop for? Maybe please raise your hand if you have an idea or give us your opinion to this question. Yes, please. Annette Linda?
Yes. Oops. Yeah. I think we are I think we are in the line of supporting energy communities. We're looking into different things, both in a citizen development project we have, where we in the planning trying to build good what's that called in English? We are trying to we are in the planning of the area. We will support energy communities by setting up specific demands on the people who should develop buildings so that they are ready for energy communities. That is one line, and then there is another where we will go to like a little bit like they do in Copenhagen, existing buildings and try to inspire them to set up renewable energy, solar energy on rooftops and use it in the building. But we are still trying to find out how to support them best, because we don't have fundings we will give them. So we are going to find a way where they can help themselves, so to speak.
So you could imagine really to support energy, the creation of energy community with a platform like this.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So who was next? I saw another hand rose, but Andrea, did you see who?
It was Luigi, but now it's not
Luigi,
there anymore.
okay.
So maybe, yeah.
So maybe so then.
Luigi,
sorry, please.
Edgar, just to say that we are in the same line with Annette, so that's the reason why I did not continue. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Is there anybody here in our webinar who likes to know more about how to use the one-stop shop for developing a technical assistance office? Then please raise your hand, because we could then maybe also talk about this a little bit more in detail if you like. If not, we would stay to the first option, to the development of of an energy community, or the planning and implementing of an energy community. So I do not see any hands rising, so therefore, maybe Andrea, I would suggest now to stay here in the main room, and just discuss the following questions. Now, if you the goal now of this interactive activity is to showcase how one-stop-shop can be used for to develop an energy community. Energy community, and we would like now to ask you in what so far you have seen some aspects and also sections of the one-stop shop and also features. What guidance from the guidance hub, trainings hub, or the opportunity hub or other features do you think would be useful for your activities? Please give us your opinion or your ideas on that. So far from the things you've seen presented by our demo areas here, or also from the presentation Pablo made to the overview of the one-stop shop. Analinda, do you have an idea what would be most suitable for your purposes you've just mentioned?
No.
No.
I'm not really sure because I need to dig into what the what opportunities there are on this platform. But I think that the opportunity that third parties could also showcase what they can do could be very useful for us, so that it's easier for people who want to start up an energy community where they can get help or who will be the experts. And also that's why I asked about this, can citizens themselves kind of form a group in there, because my experience from other things is that citizens likes to talk to citizens who has experience in this area, because they kind of trust them more, maybe because they think they will get an honest answer of what is difficulties and so on. So I was actually also wondering a bit about these third parties and companies which could showcase themselves in there. Are there any formal qualification they should have, or can anybody just put themselves in there, or is there any, how do you make sure that they actually have the right qualifications to help the energy communities?
Okay. So you're very interested in this community area, you know, to create your own community, your local community. Maybe you can address this question.
I will talk to Ike after this.
We can also talk more after the meeting in a separate Copenhagen specific meeting. But I'll say at the moment, the way the platform is set up does not really allow for like specific community sites for like a specific potential energy community. But we have the forum section, which is kind of the idea was here maybe to support some of the things that you are talking into, like to be able to pose questions, to see some different cases or find some examples or some contact persons that has done something similar or something like that. So that has kind of been the way to try to facilitate some interaction from citizens to citizens that, as you say, believe in each other because they are not trying to sell anything or something like that. So I think that the forum section is trying to accommodate that that need. And then on the other question on the suppliers, at the moment we do not have like a specific. It is kind of up to me as the moderator of the Copenhagen space to see the ones that are registering, presenting themselves. Are these actually legitimate actors that has that exists, and is it not, you know, a fake company or anything like that. So they fill out a form. It will go to the moderators of the site, the page R2M, which will then see, does this look legit? And then afterwards, if I see that it's a fake company, I'll be able to remove it. But as such, I don't really want to go deeply into every specific private company to check if they are allowed to be there or not. It is as a third-party space, more of an open place to register. But I would remove them if it's a fake company.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. So some other ideas how to use the platform in your activities? What could you imagine? Maybe Luigi?
Well, in reality, beside guidance, that I think is always useful, especially for whoever is at the beginning, and if we think that, in our case, the project works with smaller community, so not large cities, where in a sense you have a natural way of communication even through digital platform. In a smaller community, it's more face-to-face type of passage of information, and also to creating community in a basic way. Well, the Opportunity app seems to me as first site the more interesting one. As I was mentioning before, we also do this, create this opportunity for enterprise to promote themselves. We ask them to give a curriculum of what they've done on this. We have selected 3 types of enterprise that we're interested in. So specific activity that they've been running, but we also ask for their curricula. And we don't enter in if it's a real company, not real company, because otherwise it becomes too difficult, as I was saying. And but this is just a suggestion. I mean, the names there and what they propose is a suggestion for whoever is creating from a bottom-up approach something around an energy community. So as public entity, we are only facilitating a process that we want to leave to the community to build up. Of course, many times in smaller community, you don't have access to information about enterprise. So facilitating this information, especially for local enterprise, maybe it could help out. But we don't enter in doing more than this, in a sense.
All right.
Also, I think it's important really to remind how really the tool can be really seen as like the first front door, no, for like an energy community ecosystem in a local authority or another target group, I would say, especially in this really dynamic, very fast and dynamic energy community framework. No? So maybe, I don't know, in Italy, in Spain, or in other countries, in 2-3 years, there will be like a standard national tool related with. So this tool, it's already here and will be the operation. It's guaranteed for the next year. So really now also for testing for you, it could be, as Luigi also said, now you are maybe working on a proposal and you are now looking for space like this, no, but you don't want to go to develop it because once you will develop it in 3 years, it's already hot, no? So it's an opportunity, no? It's a tool that is there, and even for connecting companies or really for their promotion, yeah, this could be very useful, I think, from a local authority perspective. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else here in our now raise your hands if you have still some ideas or questions. How could you imagine to use the one-stop shop in your activities? So if not, we also mentioned this face-to-face. Yeah, Christopher, please.
Yeah, well, just I don't know if it is according what I'm going to say. I don't know if it is really according to your question, Edgar, but what we have planned in Avila so far is to present the one-stop shop to those that are already involved in an energy community, and also to those that they're interested or showed interest in the project. So from our side, we think it's a process to communicate people that the one-stop shop exists and create real sessions. Just our colleague here in Bulgaria has mentioned it rather an face-to-face tool than a group of users. But anyway, we are not in that kind of situation or step to think how it's going to be operating for other replicators in our country. But the only way we have already thought about is to present the one-stop shop to the more people we present, the more users we think there will be.
Okay, so you kind of use it also to function as a multiplier instrument, you know, for your ideas of energy community to get more visibility for the energy community topic, to give a kind of information base and also kind of community base for all people interested here in your region for this topic. Okay, great. So finally, what we've already mentioned is that we plan this face-to-face advisory sessions with our demos and also with Pablo, who is the expert of the one-stop shop in all technical and software development aspects here. And if we now think about these face-to-face advisory session, what specific topics would you like to go more into detail or to know more about, you know? Maybe, so please give us some maybe ideas what could be the topics in this face-to-face advisory sessions if you like to join them. Do you have any ideas what would be of most interest for you to go more into detail into such a face-to-face online advisory session? Are there any topics you would like to focus on or talk about with us here and these experts we've here now today?
Or if you have not any idea now and you need to think a bit about it, you can even wait a couple of days when we will send the follow-up email with all materials, the presentation, the recording, and then maybe Artem also will share the guidebook they prepared on how to use the tool, the video tutorial. And once maybe you have the time to have a more detailed look about it, you can always write, even by email, saying, please, I would like really to go more into details on this component of the platform. I have this challenge here. I would like to overcome this challenge with the platform. So these kind of questions, and we will try to address, let's say, your questions by providing advisory on how to do it by a bilateral online call. Yeah. But take in mind that the project will finish end of April, so this session will be done in the next 6-7 weeks, I would say.
So, and yeah, that's it. And we'll now kind of come to a closing of our webinar here. Is there any question left? Do you want to kind of, do you have any remark, any final question here, anything which you think is important for us here? So please raise your hand. Okay.
I just want to,
yes,
to
Pablo,
mention
yes.
also, Andrea has just mentioned that we will share with you this manual and also a short video of how to use the platform and how to register. So if there is any problem in the process, because I think that, as Andrea has mentioned, is better maybe if they can search a little bit and navigate in the platform to have this list of questions or yes, questions that they could have. So if there is any problem, also we will give you our contact to know if the registration is good or is any problem.
Thanks a lot, Pablo. Yeah, and here we are also, you know, with the self-services which you developed for the one-stop shop. This is the one-stop shop platform manual. Here's also the QR tag and the video tutorial, but we will also send this to you then afterwards. And so Andrea, do you have anything else? So otherwise we would now come to an end a little bit earlier than planned. And well,
yeah, I think that everybody will be happy. We give you 5 minutes for a coffee, tea, glass of water, a breathe, whatever you want.
All right, then thanks a lot. First of all, to our speakers, to Pablo, to Diana, to Ike and Cristobal for their really nice insights into their activities in their demo areas and how they use the one-stop shop. And thanks also you all who participated today here in our webinar for your time and attention. And so we wish you a nice day, and we will then inform you about the next steps with the face-to-face advisory session and ask you also for your needs and your requirements concerning the using of the one-stop shop, and wish you a nice day now, and hope to see you soon in our next activity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.